Amanda here from Create Your Future. Guys, today we've got Eileen joining us. Hey, Eileen.
Hi, Amanda. Hi, everyone.
Guys, we have an exciting video. We are going to talk about how to get your ex back. And you guys know the drill. When we have a new coach join our team, we do offer 50% off. So right now, Eileen's offering 50% off. And guys, she has a background in psychology, and she's also a teacher as well. And she definitely knows her stuff when it comes to law of assumption. Jerry totally endorses her.
Thank you, Jerry. Oh, I'm so happy. I was waiting for that endorsement.
Right. Exactly. So guys, if you guys don't already know, we do have a free course, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. It's going to help you to build your mental diet and help you to see what is helping you along your way and what isn't helping you along your way. Actually, you know what? Somebody was actually just saying the other day how they were doing their mental diet, but then they were like getting really obsessive about it. And the course is going to help to teach you that it's not about being obsessive about it. It's just about acknowledging when you have a thought that's not in line with what you want and just changing it to what you do want it to be. And then also it's important, like when you think, oh, okay, I've got to like do my intentions all day. No, you don't. You can say, I've done my intentions for today. Today's enough. I'm going to get what I want, right? So it's going to help you to identify maybe some of those pitfalls that you're having. It's a free course. I wrote it. And yeah, also guys, Eileen's posting every Saturday morning. Don't miss it. She's going to have some exciting videos. Of course, like always, we're going to do the first few together and yeah, and bring you some exciting stuff, as well as guys, we do have a Facebook group full of success stories. So definitely check it out, join it. It is Create Your Future with Amanda, Law of Attraction Hacks. And it's going to help you because reading success stories and intaking that media is going to help you to create it as well. So yes, really exciting. But yeah, let's dive into how to manifest your ex back.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I've done to manifest my ex back. So I think one of the pitfalls that we usually fall in is that we get too excited and we put people in a pedestal. I don't know if that's happened to you. So we meet a nice person because we've manifested somebody nice in our reality. And then we're so happy and so excited, but at the same time, we don't realize that it's good to be excited and happy about the person that we like. But I think sometimes when you get too happy, since we've been a little programmed to think like it's too good to be true. I mean, that was my experience. I had that condition, like it's too good to be true. So when I used to get happy before, it used to hit me like it's too good to be true. So that's how I lost my ex once upon a time, because he was amazing. And I guess for a second, I forgot that I was amazing too. He's amazing, but I'm amazing too.
Yeah.
So I think, unconsciously, I was fearful that he was going to go. And then I manifested into my reality. So what I had to do to get him back was just start working on like, I'm amazing. Of course, nobody would leave me. And when I started manifesting him leaving, obviously he started changing. Like he wasn't the person that he was in the beginning, and the relationship started fizzling. So then I had to start going to my end. I was like, he adores me, he's attentive, he pursues me, he's present, and stop focusing on the version of him that I was creating because of the fear of like him leaving and him not being like the version that I wanted. So for me, what I had to work was like on three things. First of all, the story, because I used to have a story that people leave. So nobody leaves, people stay. Love lasts. And then just starting seeing him, he's amazing. I'm amazing too. I'm somebody that's always loved, wanted, and pursued. And like you said, sometimes like we get anxious, like you were saying that you had read something that somebody, and yeah, it's okay that's normal to get anxious because you know the 3D is showing you something different, but you just have to calm yourself down, calm like your nervous system, and say no, like okay, this is just an experience from my old thoughts. Like what do I want? Like just like breathing helps me a lot. Like sometimes I'll breathe and then breathe in and breathe out. Sometimes it helps me. Like if you get those anxious thoughts, sometimes breathing helps you because you really have to calm yourself. Because if with your that anxious energy, that's not you living in the end. Because if you were living in the end, you wouldn't be like, where is it? Like, what am I doing? So it could be okay to do it for when it just happens. It's normal too. You have to also be compassionate with yourself, because if you're going through a breakup, it's like, don't deny it completely. Acknowledge, okay, this is what happened. I feel sad, but don't marinate in it, and then be like, what do you want?
You nailed it. You got to acknowledge it. You can't resist it. You can't ignore it, but then you need to revise it. You need to change it. So like my famous thing, and I've manifested exes back. Like, okay, so I've lost this one ex. Okay. Like I really loved him a lot. Anyway, something really bad happened and he ended up, and I thought he was going to blame it on me. I thought, and he did. So I tried to manifest him back, right? And so what was happening is I phone him. As soon as he'd hear my voice, he would hang up. I would be like, oh my God. So anyways, then one day I was like, no, you know what? I intend that he takes responsibility for what happened. He realizes that it was his fault. And it actually was. I actually didn't do anything. I was just, having it on a pedestal and blaming myself. And, we actually did end up getting back together. And then actually I ended the relationship because I realized it wasn't what I wanted anymore. But I did manifest him back. We did move back in together. Then, fast forward, I wanted to move on and do something different. But, I think it's all about the revision. It's like, that what happened on that breakup right now, your story is that they don't want to be with you. So you need to revise that where, okay, look, yes, we had a fight. They're very forgiving and understanding, and they realize they want to be with me. And you need to turn that around right there. I think the other thing, that for me gives a lot of resistance when you spoke about the pedestal, like myself, when I was manifesting Andrew, I've always had a great self-concept about being a girlfriend, a wife, and all of this. But for me, I was living alone for so long that I had not living alone on such a high pedestal that I needed to like really shift myself, because it was like I was resisting it so much. Like I honestly hate living alone. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I had so much and I can't live with a roommate. I tried it. Not my thing. I had so much resistance to it that I had to like basically embrace it and acknowledge it and be okay with it, to not have it on a high pedestal anymore. So when things like Andrew would like, we were dating and he'd like say, oh, well, I can't come over Friday, I'm working late. I had to tell myself, first of all, that there was nobody else involved and he was actually working late. And then B, I was like, great, you know what? I have time to go out and be with my friends and enjoy my life. And I would go out and do that instead of sitting at home resisting and, and resisting being alone. I'd be like, no, you know what? We're going to be together soon. This is my chance to go out and have fun with my friends, So I think it's very important to acknowledge what's going on in your reality and then change it, because, nothing can live.
Because if you resist something so much, or like, let's say hate it, let's say hate being alone, that's a feeling that you get, and that's creating stuff, because it's like a thought and a feeling together. Mm-hmm. So like you say, like if you say don't think of a yellow duck, what are you going to do? Think of a yellow. So if you're saying I don't want to be alone, she's going to be alone, and it's like with a feeling, because it's an emotion. It's like that's why I also believe it's very important to be aware and be honest with yourself when you can, and the more that you practice it, like with a diet, like a food diet, the more you practice certain things, the easier it is to identify what's like harming you and when you're not in a neutral state. Because the more that you do a mental diet, I've noticed for myself, I know neutral, and I know like when it goes to the little anxious side, I'm like, oh, something's like not okay. So okay, what's the thought or the underlying meaning that I'm giving the situation, that, and then if I'm really honest with myself, then I could make intentions and go like, okay, what do I want to feel? Like, like for you, company and somebody like cuddling next to me.
Yeah.
Just be there. So
exactly. It's funny. So lately I've been dealing with someone that has not been pleasant to be around, and I wanted an apology for it. I know I've manifested it and created it, but that's not the point. I'm ready to drop my story. I want an apology. I want to move on. Right. So anyway, and even today, right. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I was really busy today, which is a blessing because I'm distracted. I like to, make intentions in all areas. So I intended that this person would apologize. I've actually been intending that for like the last couple days. And then all of a sudden today, sure enough, out of the blue, and I didn't even think today was an issue. Like today was not the behavior I wanted an apology for. It wasn't that bad. I didn't even think twice about it. It was for previous behavior, but they actually apologized today, and it's because I wasn't holding on to it. I was like, like, I've had that thought, and every time I thought about it, I just reaffirmed it. And, you know, and if I was like, oh, I haven't done enough intentions. No, I've done enough intentions. It's going to happen. And it flowed in today, right? So it's like, when you really let go of the wanting and, you know, and you step into the knowing, you know, your thoughts create, you know, you're the creator, you know, whatever you think shall come to pass, you no longer will hold it on the pedestal either. So what I really suggest, guys, is to, like, you know, do that little list of manifestations to build your belief, because some of you guys may have a block of just not believing that this is going to happen. I mean, I can see the fight now. When I first started this, the fight was, oh, do my thoughts create? Okay, I thought it. How come it hasn't happened? I thought my thoughts create. Maybe this is BS. Maybe my thoughts don't create. Like, you don't need that noise, right? Build your belief, because I flow through the life just knowing, okay, it hasn't happened today. I'll say it again.
It usually does. And to focus, and another tip would be focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Because sometimes we think that by focusing on, you know, I don't want, you know, that the rude behavior, but we're still focusing on the rudeness. We want pleasant, kind, respectful behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we're so used to, like, I don't want that person to act like that. But then I'm still focusing my attention and energy on that. So I want them to give me an apology, to be respectful with me, and just makes it, even when you say it, it sounds like,
and you can feel it. It feels good. You know, I don't know, like, you know, I mean, I do know, actually, I do know. So have you ever done this where you're thinking about something that's going to happen that's going to upset you, and it hasn't happened yet, but you're calling your friend about it and it's starting to upset you?
like,
Just
like,
yeah, like, you know, like I've had someone in my life that did, so we're going to go for dinner and they're all like, oh, there's going to be a long lineup. We're going to be on a wait list. We're not going to eat for 2 hours. And I'm like, wow, you're getting really upset over something that actually hasn't happened yet, you know? And so, you know, every time you're focusing and thinking about something, you're bringing it up, right? So even when you're focusing on your ex's previous behavior of them not respecting you, okay, great, acknowledge it and now change it, okay? You have to really be forgiving and have a short memory of all those bad things, okay? If you don't want that SP to be a player, then stop focusing on them being a player. Stop making their behavior mean they're a player, right? Like, poor Jerry does not want to be a player, but I'm going to keep making his behavior mean he is, right?
Yes.
You know?
You have to be, when you said to have a short memory, you reminded me of Dory from Finding Nemo. She forgets. She's like, what?
Be Dory.
Like that. Dory, be a Dory.
Exactly.
I have short-term memory loss. For certain things, for bad things, we should all have that.
Absolutely. Because, you know, it's like when you're reliving and thinking about past behavior, you're really bringing it to the future, So the one thing that a lot of you guys got to do right now is remember, there's no room for emotions in creating. Okay. You're an observer. Okay. You observe. Okay. If you want to start bringing your negative emotions and resentment into it, I'm sorry, you're just going to get more of that. Okay. So, you know, a couple things to do. I know, you know, tapping works really great. Some people like meditating. Me, I just look at it and I'm like, really, what is this anger serving me? You know, and I know, like, I feel I have a choice. You know.
Me too. I like to breathe sometimes. If the emotion is really like deep, I'll go for a walk. Or I'll distract myself with something that is pleasant, like a nice song, like a happy song.
Mm-hmm.
And then
exactly. Yeah. I love that happy song. So guys, to get your ex back, you want to change the story, revise the breakup, right? If you need any help revising the breakup, Eileen can help you. She's going to help you figure out what thoughts, what blocks that you're having, and give you some great intentions and tools to get over it. You want to change the story about the other person, okay? That they forgive you, that they take responsibility, that they apologize, that they want to be with you and only you. Remember, and this is what I learned long ago, A, Andrew loves it when I'm needy, and B, there's nothing I can do to make him want to leave me, because I'm amazing. And there's, like, I wouldn't do any, like, I mean, what, there's nothing. I can't even think of anything I would do. I swear, you know, like, you've got to really have that. You deserve that. You give it to yourself by saying, look, this is what this person's going to do. This is how they're going to treat me. And then they're going to give it to you as well, because all you need to do is change yourself, your assumptions of, you know, what you deserve and what the other person's going to give you, right?
Exactly. You have to know that you deserve to be always accepted no matter what. And loved.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to see you soon again.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.